Okay, so what do I mean by the state of Honkai Star Rail from this version? Hmm. This is one of those rare times where I say leakers, as in telling us ahead of time what the name of the original planet was supposed to be, Benzato Goku, is actually a really bad thing because it throws the story off. Yes, they did mention something about Benzato Goku, and I'm happy about that, honestly speaking. I might have been more happy about the world it's on if it wasn't for the fact that they've already done something like that beforehand. Where, you might ask? Where have they done something like that beforehand? That would be right here at Penacony, a place where dreams are reality. Now, you might go, well, hey, Neji, that's not the same thing. In a way, yes, you're right. That is not the same thing. And I can't knock these jokers down. One second. Their jumping is annoying me. There we go. So, yes, you could say the same thing with, yeah, but that's not the same thing. I feel like it is the same thing because you had a whole world where someone's dreams can be reality. And now we go to another world where you can, I don't know, as far as I can tell, certain people gain the power to draw things into existence and give them life. I feel like that's close enough to not be different. And that is one of the biggest things that hurt Tensai. I almost called it what it used to be called. That's one of the biggest things that's hurting Plan Arcadia's background to me. The I'm gonna call it anime inspired areas of it. It was pretty cool. I do love that. Um, that's really cool. But if I had to go into the biggest gripe of it all for me so far, is that it's doing the same thing that Remembrance did with its characters so far. As you can see, I do have two of them. I have Yaguan and I do have Sparksy. I was really ecstatic for Sparksy when she was first announced because one, I'm a Sparkle fan. The whole Harley Quinn mask fools, chaotic means makes order. I love it. I really do. And no, I wasn't a Joker fan. I was a Harley Quinn fan. Shut up. But those things aside, um, so far with the characters they've announced is these two, and then we have what is his name? A follow-up attacker who is not in the same brand as them coming out next. How do I feel about him? I don't have that many follow-up characters anyway, or none at all, I think, or one. Anyway, I don't have enough to where he matters to me. What does kind of hurt is the people that it does matter to and how they're on the back burner because the patch is really small. Now you might go, well, hey, Neji, they've done that before in their other games. I agree. They have done that before. And the biggest place where they have done that before on multiple times is Zenless Zone Zero, which props to Zenless. That community is doing their best, and that game is cool. But it doesn't have enough to interest me into really wanting to play it. And no, that's not on the hey, you don't have to put money into it to really enjoy the game. I agree. You don't have to put money into gotcha games to play them. I agree with that. And most of my characters don't have constellations because of that. And like I said, once again, totally agree with that sentiment. Free to play if you want, pay to win if you want to. Whale, guppy, shark, megalodon, however the heck you want to. I still say people who spend enough to get the E6 or 5 stars and their light cones are megalodons, and they are so freaking rare. Long part of that part of my 3-part mini rant out of the way. Long or short of that, actually, is so far the story is in its infancy. So I can't really say I hate it, and I can't really say I love it. The school part was unique. I'll give it that. Enjoyable? No, no. Not teeth grainingly bad. Yes, not that. I didn't feel like I was Kaneki Ken being tortured by Jason. I don't see where people get that sentiment from. But I will say they introduced a, I don't know. No, can't even say that. Never mind. I'll cut that train of thought. But with the character, going back to the characters so far, 2 characters for Elation, and then one for, I believe he is follow up or break, one or the other. I can't put my finger on it. Uh, do they have him in the data bank now or no? I doubt it. No, they don't have him in data bank yet. Okay. So, and his patch being super small right along Boot Hill, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to pull for Boot Hill instead of him. And that is,
Ain't
as
nobody pilling for Boo Hill.
well, you are, so shut up.
I am one of literally 5. Ain't no one pulling for either of them motherfuckers.
Language.
Ain't no one pulling for any of them muddle fudgers.
There we go. So, with that being said, uh, back to the other part, Elation. Elation is taking the same route that its forefathers before it took, which I'm looking at you, Remembrance, and you, Break. Break took so long just to get the supports it needed. I feel like they figured that out, and with Remembrance, they put the supports for it in the same patch. Now, with that being said, there's also the fact that right now with Elation, they started it off with the support and a DPS slash sub DPS. I guess that's what I can call Sparksy. DPS slash sub DPS. But with that being said, and the leaks around the other two, actually, wait, can I say other three? Because EMC, yeah, I'll say other three. EMC will be number three, who seems like a support, which, honestly speaking, that seems to be the biggest role that the main character could play, supporting everybody else in the universe. Hooray! Right? I honestly was kind of hoping that the MC would be a actual attack unit. The last time we had one that was attack based was freaking destruction, and that one's terrible. Kinda. Despite whatever Oreo says, I like DMC. But
Look, alright. If you want to vouch for Destruction, Trailblazer, go record a clear of it. You're screaming right now. I'm sure your viewers would love to watch it.
See, I knew you was gonna come out of the woodworks to say that. But
Now, you
anyway,
paused for a bit, so it sounded like you wanted me to.
no. I was actually getting my thoughts together for the next part. So with that being said, we have a support, a DPS, and then followed by a character that doesn't fall into the same meta as them, as in, sorry, same path as them, which I don't have a problem with. Asheville not being an elation character, honestly speaking.
Thank God.
I wish Elation wasn't a whole thing. I, I'm gonna be completely honest, but we knew it was gonna happen. Just we can't go to the place where an active eons at without getting characters with either A, their powers, or B, you know. But that aside, and with after that, we're gonna get probably SP Silverwolf, who looks like a huge main DPS. And then after that, probably that what was her name? Evan. I'm gonna just keep calling her Evanescence. That might be her actual name, but each time I say it, I think of the band, which is like showing my age and how awesome that band was. My heart onto the cat. Okay. Anyway, um, with her coming out too, and those are the only elation units we really know. There's also the chick from the promotional stuff who was drawing a comic book. I we don't know anything about her yet. And then there's also the lady who has a robot that's stuck in a walkway on one of the areas on Planet Arcadia, which is apparently a robot from the what was it, Honkai Third Impact, which was apparently God tier. I don't, I didn't play that game that much. It bored me really fast with its gotcha mechanics. Honestly speaking, that was the biggest reason why I dropped that game. But that aside, though, um, Elation looks like it's following the same path as Remembrance, but not directly like Remembrance. If I'm remembering correctly, Agleo was the first Remembrance unit. Then after that came Casterus, which just thinking about the biggest leap there, like just hearing it out loud. Yes, I do feel like everybody in Euphoria should have been a remembrance unit, kind of, because hey, it's their whole stick. Especially when you get to the end of the story, the whole world basically pulls a freaking Sephiroth. I would never be but a memory.
Don't wish that. Don't wish that on me.
I look, I'm being completely honest. I do feel like that. The only person in that whole world that should not have been remembered is Finon, because he is literally the chosen one of destruction. So,
Lord, I do not wish that ill will on me.
touche. But then we got what was that? I'm looking at the remembrance list right now, and there's literally only 5 characters. There. Oh, wait, my bad. We also got to count MC, so 6 remembrance characters. So even with that being said, 5 of them are freaking pools, and one of them isn't. That was actually something else that kind of grinded my gears, if I was to say it in a way. We had no 4 stars during the whole Forest, correct?
Yeah, we haven't had one since the Independent County. They just got replaced by free 5 stars.
Thought so. And technically speaking, the one at the end of Pentacone was dealing with freaking Xiancho, and that was Moe's, correct?
Yeah,
That
but
is
that's an entire other
yeah, that's
matter.
yeah, that's an
You still
entire other
hate it.
thing. I'll put that to
Yeah,
the side for
you
now.
still don't like it, but it's
Yeah,
like as long as we still get for free 5 stars, those are quite literally more accessible on a competitive standpoint than 4 stars are, considering how most of them need their E6 to be valuable.
yeah,
And
and
just in case we need another reminder when it comes to that, as cool as it is to get a 4 star, if they need their E6 to exist, especially DPSs, you are gonna have an easier time just grabbing a 5 star than a 4 star's E6 within the first 2 times they're in a banner. But
see, but
continue your
here's the
stream
reason.
talk.
Here's the reason why I go against that though. The option of more 4 stars is better than to me. To me, that is the option of more 4 star playable characters is a better look on the game for a what's the word I'm looking for? A player that's just starting. These type of games always want new players to flow in. You want new players to come and play. So with that being said, if you don't have any 4 stars that are out during that time that goes with, or let's say, not let's say, that function well with said character that came out, it's a bad look on said character that came out because you have, yeah, I'm currently looking at a couple older units right now. Well, I end up seeing them. One of them, the bane of existence, right here, who should just be deleted from the game.
Damn, we talking about casters?
You only say that because of global passive. I'm talking about Yang
I don't give
Jing.
a fuck about her shit ass global passive. I'm saying that because I hate Pollux and everything he stands for.
Bruh, leave
That global
Pollux
passive is
alone.
ass.
Well, yeah, it is. Honestly speaking, they should have
Hell,
just buffed.
Silverwolf's is much better.
I'm sorry. You know what? We're going to get into that after the scream. So you hold on to that. I didn't know anything about her kit.
But
So you
regardless,
hold on to that.
one
But
second, because I did hear the 4-star thingy. The only counterpoint I want to give on that is the fact of it's a bad look for an introduction, but the only counterpoint I'll give with that is accessible 4-stars are as much of a new player hook as free 5-stars are, considering how 3 people I know got into the game because they saw the advertisement for a free Dan Heng.
exactly. That right there. And then like and if I remember correctly, Free Dunhan's pools for the character, 4-star characters that was on the same banner with him were all bad. Like none of them were DPSs as far as I can remember.
I don't remember, although the only thing I'm saying is that technically saying exactly there wasn't the right thing in what I meant when I said that was that the only counterclaim I can give, even though I would still like more 4-stars myself, is the fact of 5-stars are still a new player magnet as long as they are
Yes.
free.
Yes.
Getting
I'll admit
4-stars
to
is
that.
good, and some of them still do have merit today the moment you find any 5-star of your liking that you think is cool.
Well, hold on.
But
Here's the
every
reason.
time they've made a new 5-star, they get an influx of people if you're able to get them for free.
Okay, I can agree with that. But here's the biggest reason why I say that though, because when the General Facial came out, the 4-star that came out right alongside of her, because remember, her support, or sorry, her lieutenant came out first, your boy, with the smiling eye, fox eyes. He came out first. Then Facial came out with Mose right alongside her. Mose was supposed to work with her, which he does.
Really
It's
well.
just exactly that's what I want more
And
of
then we also
because
got
I'm
March.
looking at
My goat.
huh, who?
And then we got the free E6 March. Our goat.
Yeah, yeah. We got Hunt March in that one, and that whole patch those were free. But it's the thing that like looking at Sparksy's banner right now. We got Sparksy as the main DPS. We have uh Hanya, which I'm assuming is buffer for this team if you was to use it like this.
Technically, but considering how anyone who got into the game to get a Sparksy would also be able to grab a Sparkle for free, and then Hanya doesn't do much
Some
because
met.
she
Hold on,
is
hold on, hold
really
on. No, 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 no.
bad.
I'm only putting that to the side. The reason why I didn't bring that up is because I'm saying it from the point of view of the banner itself. That's the
That
only
makes
reason why I
sense.
didn't bring
Yeah,
that up.
Hanya is in quotation marks a buffer for them, but it's kind of weird.
Then we have Pela, which is a debuffer for the enemies, and then
Yeah, that one's
the
solid.
chick with the mahjong tiles that I cannot pronounce name.
Shing's way.
Yeah, her, which is another DPS. So you have 2 DPSs. Honestly speaking, this team looks energy hungry at AF. Like, even if we're saying with just them, that's energy hungry AF. I mean, skill points. Sorry, skill points
Yeah,
hungry
Hanya
AF.
alleviates it a little bit, but Hanya, like almost any other 4-star, is one of those people where you do need multiple copies for them to actually start to do anything. If you get
Hmm.
it, it's great. Well, if you get it, it's okay. But yeah,
Now, only reason why I'm not bringing up the same thing when I say it, when I'm talking about this, like, oh yeah, the three, 4 stars and a 5 star, when it comes down to the character warp event banners, which is like, when they do 3 characters at once, which right now they're doing Sparkle, Sparkle, Rappa, and the Siridra.
Theodra.
I
Mm.
almost said the Empress Imperator.
Don't you mean the Imperator?
That's why I just said the Empress Imperator. See, hey, I loved Infurious. I really did.
Shit's
But
okay.
shut up. But putting that to the side, though, yeah, I'm not bringing it up with them because I remember part of the Imperator's listing, and she did have a DPS on hers because she is a support. Anyway, with that to the side, I'm not bringing that up with them because, technically speaking, this is just their quote unquote reruns for people who didn't get them, which I skipped Saridra because I didn't feel like she does enough for Finite, unlike what everybody else is saying. Oh, he gets
And
to
then you
use his
regretted it
skill
a patch
twice.
later.
I partially regretted a patch later. I still don't care for her right now. Like, I could probably, I don't know, whale it or, sorry, dolphin it for her to get her on my team, but right now, I honestly don't care that much. And it's
The
mainly
issue for
because I
you is
would need
just,
her like her also. And
uh-uh.
wait, no, I could have sworn you
No,
said I did.
no.
Okay.
I
Anyway,
said you didn't, but yeah, no. Like you'd only get that if you're a Finon enthusiast.
I am a finite enthusiast.
I mean a Finon enthusiast who isn't caring about other things, like a Finon
Oh,
enthusiast.
okay, okay. You mean that level enthusiast? Okay, yeah, no,
Yeah, like how I'm a
no.
break enthusiast, so
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
saving out on Elation to get an extra boot hill.
You're skipping on Elation because you don't like Elation anyway. So
I'm skipping out on
let's
Elation because I want a boot hill.
touche.
Admittedly, Evanescia, being Argenti 2.0 Pro Max HD Plus, is actually very interesting to me, but that would involve pulling an entire extra battleship, and I don't want to do that because Boot Hill's right there.
Honestly, I'm probably gonna, like I said yesterday, I'm probably gonna skip her. Her animations look fire. Do not get me wrong. The fact that she's using a ruler as a sword is hilarious to me too. Once again, bring it back to the whole simile on your art can come to life here.
Do you feel elated yet?
I just cringed very hard off
Good.
of you saying that.
Good.
Any,
I don't even know if my voice is going off.
yes,
I hope they
it,
heard that shitty ass
it
pause.
is. It is. I made sure to turn it on this time because I
Okay.
knew you probably pop in here while I was ranting. But anyway,
Probably. I was considering leaving like a ghost at first, but I said fuck it.
so with that being said, and them going, oh yeah, we're just gonna go elation, elation. What is he? Hunt? Correct?
Yeah, elation, hunt, elation. Admittedly, this is more aggressive than remembrance than what Furious did so far.
Yeah, because they did remembrance, destruction,
They did
uh
remembrance. They did a remembrance erudition,
erudition. That's
remembrance,
what it was.
destruction,
Yeah, I forgot about.
erudition again. Then they went remembrance again, remembrance,
And then
nihility,
nihility, and
or
then
it was remembrance,
preservation.
nihility, remembrance. Yeah.
You know,
Amphorius was pretty mixed throughout. I
Emphorius
wouldn't
was
be
everywhere.
surprised.
Oh,
I
forgot
wouldn't
about
be
the
surprised
harmony.
if oh
Forgot
yeah,
about the
right.
two
Tribbies
harmonies.
exist.
Tribby and freaking the Imperator.
Oh yeah,
I,
Seadra exists too.
yeah, I tend
See
to
you
forget
tomorrow.
that they're harmony.
But fucking Amphorius was kind of
Boy, I just
mixed
almost
between.
teared up. Shut
I
up.
feel like I feel like it's probably gonna be a lull after Evanescia is out, because that would be
Hmm.
4 elation people in the span of 2 out of the probably 8 versions, and that's kind of crazy.
I do hope they do more stuff like this. Long animations for characters when you're not doing anything. Adorable. But that aside, though, I mean, with that in mind, not that aside. With that in mind, though, I do like what they're doing with the place. I'll admit that much. I can't deny it.
What,
And
Planet Arcadia?
yeah,
Oh, look at you turning a new leaf.
yeah, I will turn a new leaf on that because at first I was one of those gripers, kind of
Doom
gripers.
posters.
No, 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 I
Doomsayers.
wasn't a doom poster. A little bit of a doomsayer, yes, because like I said, I actually said it before you came in here that yes, the big draw in for the world is the same as Pentacle. The only difference is it's in actual reality instead of the dream world. But like I said, with those two aside, I am enjoying what they're doing with the characters. I do wish they came out with more 4 stars. And what was another part? The characters don't seem too bad, but I do wish that the team ups they did for the banner with the 4 star characters were either A, more diverse, or B, better. Like I'm gonna have to pull Kratos out on this one. Be better. Like I
Asta should be a part of every single banner. Change my mind.
I'm not gonna get into that one yet. You just hold off. I got a piece of my mind for you for just saying that out of nowhere.
Now, give me that peace of mind. Don't hold it
Can't,
out.
can't. But because I'll lose my train of thought on what I was about to go to say next, and I literally just lost it. God. Um. Okay. When oh, reworks. That's the one. The rework choices, other than one, I hate.
As long as you keep it to an opinion level, we good.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. This is most definitely my opinion. That's why it even says POV in my point of view. That this is all in my point of view. Other people might be like, "Oh yes, praise them, glaze them, because Welt is getting a buff." I'm like, frick Welt. Let him sit in the corner where he belongs.
Oh, but if someone says that about violence.
Yes, buff Bailu. I will scream that from the top of the mountains as I yell into the void because she was the first character with a dumb bounce mechanic that is not useful in this age of the game. Drop the bounce mechanic. You can lower the percentage amount by a bit. I don't care if you do it like that. Drop the bounce mechanic. Give her a cleanse. And or better yet, let her her freaking passive that lets her revive a teammate. Change it. Just get rid of it at this point. No one uses it.
But what about all the little voice lines people get when they get revived?
Look,
We'll lose them.
I love her voice actress. Love the voice.
Oh, I meant like
Get rid
every
of
other
it.
character.
Get rid of it.
But no, that's her thing.
No, get rid of it because that is not her thing anymore. Wait, did they just blow up? I did not know that. Okay, that's kind of cool. If she's doing her little dance animation, you bring out the phone, the little mushrooms would go pee and blow up.
In my view, you sound crazy right now because I don't know who you're talking
Sparkle, Sparksy. Sorry,
about.
you're. I'm not crazy. Also, okay, well, I'll get back to the character changes in a second. I will say this, and this is probably something you already knew I was going to say because of my hatred for it that happened to me last night.
Here we go.
Take out the regular freaking light cones from the light cone banner because when someone pulls for a light cone and they get a light cone that they could get for free. No, 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 no. Look, I am
The
Caleb City
singular, well,
looking
they're
at.
in the
No,
singular
no, 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 no.
Wuthering Waves dub.
I am looking at y'all like I'm Caleb City, and you just came in and told me you had the power to summon spiders. Get out. I can literally pull two of those light cones. This stupid, where is it? In the name of the world is what I got last night trying to pull for Sparky's light cone. I got this dumb thing, and I don't even use well this. The words I
The
want to say
singular.
are not allowed on YouTube in either foreign language I want to say them in. So I will just say this: change it from a 75-25 and make it a 90-10 at this point. Because
Hell
no
no.
one,
That would make people quit the game when they lose.
you know what? I would feel more validated in quitting the game at a 90-10 because you can literally get the light cones from here. There's no point in them being in the shop anymore. Yes, somebody might be like, well, you can get the characters from here too. So actually, they should take the characters out by that standpoint of view.
Well, it's
Technically
actually a
speaking,
completely different
eat a
currency.
well, I can't finish that statement to somebody that might say it like that because I was about to tell you to eat something that is a private part. But I would change that and say it like this:
To eat my armpit.
eat my shorts, actually. But
Say the line.
I'm not saying the line. I'm not saying the actual line. I will say
Say the
that on
line
Twitch,
part.
but not here. I said it on Twitch, but not on here. So on that note, though, um, actually, yes and no. Yes, you can get one copy of the character from here. No, it's not more. It doesn't hurt it as much as if you lose a 50-50 to a character because other copies of a character does actually improve their kit more than getting another copy of a light cone that you already have and or a light cone you don't want or will not use because I cannot fathom any other character that can use Welt's light cone. Maybe Oreo
Well,
could
it
tell
doesn't
me
even like
one.
his Lycone. No,
Exactly.
I actually have even worse news for you.
The character that's supposed to use the light code can't even use it. So you tell me the design in that.
It's called 1.0 and no one knew yet.
And this is the reason why I will go to another part. Light cones for the said characters that receive a rework also needs a rework.
Yeah,
And
that'd be
I'm
pretty
mainly
cool.
saying this, yes, honestly speaking, in a perfect world, that's the word. That's the phrase. In a perfect world, they would
Wait a
be
minute.
diligent
Before,
enough to
wait a
do
minute.
that. I almost said something else, but I will be nice. Diligent. Because they buffed Jing Lu, but did not change her light cone to work with said buff. Now
Nah,
she
what
has
do
a
you
light cone
mean?
that does not really help her. Only part of it does. The other part is useless.
Nah, what do you mean, bro? Her Lycone's still her best in slot by a long shot. What you mean, bro?
Bro, anybody that says that have not gotten Fall of an Aeon and needs
Nah,
their
what you
head
mean,
beaten in.
bro?
Literally a free light cone in the game is better
Besides,
than her best option right now.
Besides, technically, I'll have you know, her light cone was changed to no longer give an attack buff. It's just that it still wasn't enough to fix some of the other
A
bullshit.
four-star light cone is better than her light cone, my dude.
Wait, hold on, hold on, hold on. That one's a little bit, that one's actually a little bit wrong.
Are
Off of
you
your
kidding
head,
me?
no. Off of your head, what do you think her light cone does post rework? Before you go look at it.
I'm already on it. You said before I go look at it, I'm already on it.
Yeah,
I didn't
all I
scroll
will
all the way
say,
down. As far as I remember, it buffs. Well, sorry, I'm actually covering my eyes. Only part I saw was the crit increase on it right now.
yeah,
So as far
okay.
as I remember, there's the crit increase. There's
Uh
the
huh.
scaling plus or something like that for her. I'm getting ready to take my eye patch off mode, and
Uh
that
huh.
was it, right?
There's also defense shreds.
All right, let me go look at this. Blah blah blah. Each eclipse increases the damage of the wearer's attack when three reaches, enables ignore. But that's not that much though. I can get that from a teammate, a tribute.
And can you point at me the light cone that you're gonna call better real quick?
Fall of an Aeon.
For reworked Jing Liu?
Well, no, snap.
About to say, absolutely not. 75%
Technically
damage
speaking,
bonus
I
with
would say
20% shred is fucking huge.
so. Technically speaking, in my point of view, I feel like a trail of bygone blood is better than her like home.
Also, no.
That's
Okay, so
only.
putting it
But
into a
here's the
numerical
reason. Hold on, hold
standpoint.
on. Here's the reason why I say that. And this is taking off the what was it? You said the defense shred, which is 12% on its base. Even going by its lowest one, which is rank one at 24%, and max rank is at 40%, it increases her skill damage, which her eye patch mode, all of the attacks for that counts as skill damage. It increases the
Hmm.
skill damage and her ultimate damage. So you already getting double damage buffs just from
Okay,
this alone.
so from a numerical standpoint, even comparing Refinement 5, we'll use 1 because you said it, but 5 still makes us correct. Her signature light cone is a 20% crit damage, which is the same as, which is a pretty same value as the crit rate, considering how she overcaps on crit really easily. And because every single one of her enhanced skills will take 4 people's HP, you'll get the max 3 stacks. That's 45% extra damage on everything in her kit whenever she breathes. And because you have 3 stacks, it's 45% extra damage plus 12% shredding power. Comparing that to the light cone you said, even at refinement 5, you're missing out on 5% damage bonus, 12% defense shred, which defense scales really big. And again, since she overcaps on crit easily, you'd want crit damage more than crit rate. Out of the 4-star options, if you were trying to make your Jingliu as best as you could, that one
Record
is
of sound?
still Sound Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Because
one
I feel like we
is
talked about that one last time, and that's the one we landed on, and I put on her.
Yeah, that one is similar. You get 36% crit damage. You're still losing out on the damage bonuses and the defense shred, but you gain max HP,
Which
which is
her
pretty
attack now
good,
scales off
especially
HP.
if, yeah, that's pretty good, especially if you don't have as much HP like going into her stuff. The thing about it is that her light count is still one of her extremely good options, and it's still great. The issue was the fact that Mighty's light cone
Oh
is still, I
yeah,
believe, better than her light cone post rework,
yes,
but four
that's what it
stars,
was.
saying the 4 stars are better is actually, that one's giving the buff too little credit. Her light cone is still better than the 4-star options that are in the game.
The only reason why I wouldn't say, hold on, I'm looking at Mighty's right now. Mighty's don't work for her as much because she doesn't eat her own HP like Mighty does. Increases the wearer's maximum HP and increases when using the skill consumes HP equal. Oh, it consumes it. Oh, so it makes her eat her own HP just by having this
Yeah,
like on. Okay,
I'm
I thought
pretty
that was in
sure
Mighty's kit,
this bit it is, but the light cone is like separate. The thing is that this is the part that I'm too unsure on because I'm not a Jingliu enthusiast post rework or even pre rework. But if you build her primarily with HP percents, which you probably should be doing thanks to how Stigsy works,
sadly I did.
I believe you are able to make Mighty's Light Cone proc the additional 30% damage bonus. I believe. That is a fat believe. But even in that case, Jingliu's Light Cone would still be, I think, marginally worse, or depending on who your people are, still better because of the shred it has.
Now back to the characters that she got to rework. If you're gonna do 1.0 characters, they should have just did 1.0 characters first. I really feel like they should have did that. Now, I might be only saying this because I am probably the king of Firefly haters because of the forced love interest.
Surprisingly enough, I know people who hate her more.
I don't hate her anymore for her build type, thanks to this one speaking in the background as my holy ghost.
Hello, it's me, some sweat that likes to play MOC Sustainless. How are you?
Exactly. I don't hate her for that anymore. I do hate her for the forced love interest. And it seems like that's what they're doing with Evanescence also.
Oh,
And
but when
I
Cast,
hope not. I really hope not. But
oh, but when
outside of
Castorus
that,
was always in your mid, you didn't care.
Castorus didn't try to force herself to be a love interest. She was just happy she could touch somebody because she was literally basically Rogue from X-Men.
But when Castorus was all up on us, you didn't care.
Yeah, I didn't care because Castorus really needed that. Those type of characters hit a soft spot in my heart, which usually I'm pretty like I to my coworkers, I look like I'm pissed off all the time, which I'm not, but I just look like that. And I'm usually overthinking things because that's just how my brain works since a kid.
It's okay, I
Anyhow,
still love you, buddy.
exactly. Semantics aside, though, with my own idioms, I felt more with Amphorius' story, overall story, mainly uh when you did have that talk about the beginning. And I did go back and watch a YouTube video while you slept about or like with him playing the beginning. And I was like, okay, yeah, I do feel like I remember I was a little bit bored about around this part because nothing was really happening. But I also thought about it from Urelo 6 standpoint too. The opening of that was kind of boring too. But looking at it from the game first started, and this is the first actual world in the game, to we're years into this game, and now they're still using the same type of what's the word I'm looking for? Blueprint. I can admit, yes, they probably should have made it a little bit more action packed. I mean, by that point, when we go to Enforius, the Black Tide's already there. People are already trying their best to get to the last city. Hey, look, I just thought about Destiny saying the last city. Ha ha ha. Hilarious. Anyway, people are already getting there. The moment we got there, we did fight some of the what you the little black tie enemies, which was really, really cool. Really cool. But I'm never mind. I'm going on a tangent. That story was actually pretty
Wait,
good. What?
now that you were going off tangent, I wanted to say something. This is completely different from your streamer talk. Remind me, have you fully cleared MSD yet?
Yes, I believe so. Let me check. Let me check. Brain. Yes.
With
Yeah.
3 stars
Yeah. 3 stars and everything.
and Apocalyptic Shadow?
I did not beat that bunny rabbit still.
Oh no, Apocalyptic Shadow, no, Anomaly
Oh,
Orchestration.
oh, yes. Complete 12 stars.
Okay, never mind.
Had to go check something actually after you said all of that. Made me second guess myself on some stuff. Yeah, this one I can't beat, and I have the proper units for it. And yes, some people might be like, "Well, you're auto battling. That's why." Shut up. I play the
Quite
game I want to
literally.
play. Shut up. I play the
Well,
game I want to
no,
play.
no, 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 no. Hang on. The issue is that without the player intervention, you won't be able to do the calls. You can do it as long as you take your time, think a bit, and go do it without auto battle. And I absolutely have faith you can.
In
The bot cannot do that.
the words of a great man, this is a phone game. I'm not for the hardcore this.
If you hit me with this is a fighting game, I didn't pay to block, I'm gonna hit you.
I didn't say that. I said phone game. But what?
No, no, no. That is the same level of thinking, though, as this is a fighting game. I didn't pay to block.
that's that's
That
psychotic.
is the same mentality. You know what else is a phone game? Archaea. That game's hard.
Anywho, um,
Exactly.
um, yeah, I don't really. I like what they're doing with the characters. That's to sum that part up. Actually, I went on a whole tangent about a bunch of different things. But I do like what they're doing with characters. I do like how they're being made. The reworks should have been more preferable for older characters. Yes, well, it was an older character. I just don't care for him, and I felt like somebody else needed it more than him because of semantics in his kit makes it where if he gets hit, he loses his concentration buff. You all know who I'm talking about. And yes,
Hook.
this even means if he has a shield on, which he's not actually getting hit. The shield is getting hit.
Yeah, well, I think he's talking about Hook.
I am not talking about Hook. Sadly.
He's talking about Pitch Dark Hook the Great.
I want to throw my ring through this microphone at you for saying
I'm
that.
gonna catch it. I'm gonna catch it and twirl it in my finger. But
But
no,
I
it's
do
like
feel like,
people do still need it. It's just
yeah, people still do
really
need it, and I do feel
I
like
will,
that
in
others
my eyes,
needed it
I
more.
do feel like this is still just a negative bias in terms of this is one of the people who needed it that you didn't want to get it.
I wouldn't even
So
say won't. I wouldn't even say won't to get it. After you talked to me about Ho Ho, I understand why they're buffing her. I've been understood why they were buffing Firefly, kind of, sort of. I don't know. That's just that is just my idiom with Firefly, though. But I do understand why she's getting a buff. Scylla really needs one, so she should have been in the first roundup of people getting a buff, but she's in the third roundup, surprisingly. Um, and then the
the
last one
psychopaths
is
that are still one cycling like is pre-buff.
with Scylla.
Yeah.
I
I would
salute thee.
love to be one of the people if I could lose a pity to her a single time. Come
Honestly
on.
speaking, I switched Fei Xiao out. Well, not Fei Xiao. What is her name?
Fushuan.
Fu Xuan. Thank you. I switched Fu Xuan out with her, hoping to.
I have
Well,
had her here the entire time, but no, give me 2 blades. Yeah, no, that's cool.
but I do, like I said, I do feel like other characters needed more. And the fact that Bailu is the synonymous one for curses, the curse of Bailu, people saying they don't want to get another Bailu and all that.
Chi-Chi 2.0.
I am the rare person that actually wanted another Bailu because I started the game with Bailu. I'm honestly speaking, I've always felt that when it comes down to gacha games, having a good healer and or defender is the backbone to all your teams. Most people in this game play, what do you call it again? Sustainless teams?
Definitely not most people.
A decent
Most
amount
people
of
do
people.
play with sustains like you do.
So, like psychopaths, to me, that's what they are. They're the type of people who
You
pour
call
their
me a
milk into the
psychopath.
bowl first and then pour the cereal
You call me a psychopath.
and then get the bowl. Like,
You call
that's
me
those
a
type of
psychopath.
people.
And
But
again, I'd love to be a psychopath with Zila. I'm just gonna singular fucking Zila. But no.
but semantics aside, yet again, I do feel like that she is the ones they picked aren't bad. I'm not gonna completely dog walk Will. I just don't like Will because every time I try to get something, he shows up.
You just proved what I said earlier.
Look, it's the curse of the nerd. I'll admit that.
No,
Like,
no, no.
other
You
people
just
say
proved
curse of
what I said
Bailu, curse of
earlier.
nerd. Yes, I did. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I didn't hate. I'm not liking the boss because I hate the character. Yeah, I hate the character. I don't want him to get a buff. I want somebody
Hey,
that
there you
needs.
go.
I want somebody that I feel needs a buff to get a buff. Well, was not even on that list to be. He was like Yamcha. That's what Well is.
Look, alright.
No. Stop. Well is Yamcha to me. I don't feel like he needs a buff, nor do I care for his existence. He's eye candy for the people that likes dudes with glasses and trench coats. That's it. I don't like Well.
like people with trench coats and glasses.
Yeah, I don't like weld. I have somebody that I actually like up there. Like I said, once again, and you said it too, it's just my hatred. And I'll admit, yes, that's why this rant is my point of view. But is his buff any good? Yes, it is good and it is needed for him. Are they going to also buff his light cone? Or wait, hold on. Matter of fact, you synced it or probably perused it. Is his buff any good and will his light cone work with it?
His light cone would work with it in terms of a sub DPS, but he actually is a Jing Liu in the case where there are 4-star light cones that'll help him out more than his current light cone.
Oh, so the same sadness that's currently going on. All right, cool. Just needed to know that. Wait, what about Scylla?
No,
What about
again,
Scylla?
not that. Hold on. We're going back to Welts again.
No, fuck. I mean, Fruff
You
Welt.
asked.
Scylla.
You asked me
I'm
about
skipping him
Welt.
and going to Scylla now.
Long story short, the buff is amazing, guys. Zila, no, her light cone's still good.
Okay. Long story short, guys,
She still
Scylla
has
is
the
even
same.
better.
Oh, she still has the thing where other hunt light cones can still work nicely with her, but if you would let a nerd take over for a second, because I have some gripes with these Nova Flares for a different reason.
Go for it.
These are the most uninspired fucking Nova Flares I have seen yet. It's only V1 though, so I can't really gush about it
You,
forever. But it's
see,
like, besides Welts, they're just boring.
see, that's what I was thinking. That yeah, this is probably version one because they haven't. Have they officially announced that they're the characters that's getting buffed?
Oh yeah,
Or
no,
this
that's
is.
been official for like a week or two now.
Oh, okay. See, I
I
didn't
just mean
see
that
that.
like currently the buffs that are being done, which again, it's version 1. You can't look at version 1 and then say this is exactly what it is. For all I know, V3 is going to come in, they're all going to look amazing and great and cool and wonderful. Welt was like a massive hit. He's good at what he does. You can use him in places. He has good matchups. He has bad matchups. The same deal. If anything's like oh, I didn't really like to use Welt back then. He probably won't now, but that's cool. Zila's was like, what's the word I'm looking for? Who does this again? What gimmick does she have? Someone else has it too. Kind of like an Anoxa thing. They kind of gave Zila a little bit of Anoxa's book, where if something gets to a certain amount of HP, she can use her skill again.
Hmm.
And she also got higher damage numbers all around and more buffs and stuff. But like, that's it. Huahua got the slightest tweaks in her healing and a little bit extra offensive power. And I feel like if she doesn't get more healing, the same issues that make Huahua mid now are gonna stay. Firefly literally just got bigger numbers, and the fun in her E2 is still the thing that got more focus. So if you have her at E2, you can have a little bit more fun with chaining even more stuff and having higher multipliers. But E0 is at the moment, still kind of has the same issues where Dahlia is a fucking crutch, and if you don't have her, then you're not playing Firefly.
Okay.
I think that was all of them. Yeah, I said 4. Yeah. I really hope that they actually make Firefly's Nova Flare cool. I don't want it to just be a numerical change. They have so many things they could do for her E0 kit.
Well, she killed her before the timer's up. She
What?
did. The auto actually beat it, but
Beat
I
what?
didn't get no. I got 1 star on it.
Anomaly?
Yep. I
One of these
really.
days.
No. I do feel like that balls has a weird mechanic that is not really like fun at all. Like I'm gonna be completely honest on that. I don't feel like that boss's mechanic is
I'll
fun.
yap about that one when you're off stream. But one of these days, I want to just I want you to log into my account and I log into yours, and I wanna try these things with human with human input.
I mean, I got no problem whatsoever with you doing that. I do feel, you know what? We can do that in a little while. How about that?
That's I like that idea.
because I can just join from the PlayStation chat on the phone, and then you just create a party with my name, and I'll just join like that. Because I do feel like either A, yes, it's the autoplay that's doing it, but usually the freaking NPCs do better choices than me. The last time I played a strategy game that I actually cared about was the Sky of 4 or 5 actually.
Hmm.
After that, every other one just seemed bad. Well, of course, the Sky series went bad because AO they went to CGI, and that's just a whole nother rant in itself. But
Well,
anyway,
actually, if you join on your phone, would you not be able to look on your TV?
no. Well, wait. Oh, you mean as in SharePlay? You control it like that? I thought you
No,
meant.
no, 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 no. I did mean go into your account, but I'm guessing you can't put it on your TV.
I mean, we can try to stream it now. I mean, SharePlay it now if you want.
That would work. That would probably just wait till you're done streaming though. That would be taxing on the internet.
Yeah, you got a point there. I
Yeah.
completely forgot about that. But
If anything,
I
how long do you plan on doing that, by the way?
well, I'm gonna already wrap it up in a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna wrap it up like probably 5 minutes.
Okay, never mind.
So I do feel like, yes, there are other characters that should have gotten it first, and that boy is one of the number ones that I feel like should have gotten a buff first. Partially, and yes, this is one of those. Well, you only wanted to get a buff because you have multiple copies of him. Kind of, yeah. Because if I use him, I want to use him and him being good. But the moment I used him, back when I first got my first copy of him, where is he at? There it is, still at level 40 because he will stay there in timeout for the duration of this whole game's life cycle. And yes, I have two of his light cones that I lost 50/50s to. Ah, the hatred is real. He's currently holding the pieces of my great gear from Jean Lu before she got changed. Am I sad about that still? Yes. Yes, I am. Very sad. He only has E1, not E2. Sorry, I thought it was E2. But even then,
Hopefully, we can keep it that way.
yes, hopefully we can keep it that way because him and Welt are currently my cursed characters. They're the two that pops up, and I have an E2 Welt. And now his Lycone. Do I have a
Blade,
hate?
Blade, and Japard.
Actually, I don't hate your part, and I've gotten him to E3, and I have his Lycone.
I have
I
despised that man since 1.0.
I loved him since 1.0. When I lost my first 50/50 to him, I was ecstatic. And
I
everybody's like,
remember
oh, you
building him
lost.
because my back was at the wall and I needed a sustain badly because I'm just gonna be so blunt because I didn't know how this fucking game worked at all and felt that I needed a sustain when in reality I wish you could go back in time and be like, no, no, buddy, just put on another harmony. You got this. You got this. But I didn't know any better.
Now, I got a weird question. Do you think a Bibiter Lune deserves a buff? I feel like he
Yes.
needs one. Okay, so I'm happy I'm not. I didn't just think that up and I was crazy.
Yeah, no, he needs a buff similar to as much as Sparkle needed a buff.
Okay. Yeah, because I was about to say, if not, did the Sparkle buff actually improve him? Because I know
Yeah,
her buff got
every
changed to
single
where now.
team that uses Sparkle got a massive increase because of her Nova Flare.
Okay. Okay. Just making sure. Because if they're going to keep upping the enemy's HP into millions and they probably
It
one
ain't
day
no
hit
if.
billions, bro, we need to be able to do more damage. Yes, it's going to kill the trash mobs like that, like where Thanos hit them, which honestly speaking, I was hoping Silverwolf ended her freaking SP ult with a Thanos snap. That would have been so freaking just, oh, peak. Oh, so
So
peak.
back on the characters that are actually peak. Moral of the stream is that Argenti needs a Nova Flare.
I don't have Argentina, so I don't know that, but thank you for
I
bringing
don't
that up.
either, but I just know a lot about that motherfucker because I love him and I would like him, but I'd like to get him if it wouldn't be a waste of my time.
Pappy Silverwolf was one of the first ones to get a buff because, yeah. I've had her since 1.0.
Oh my God, same.
Yeah. And honestly, even if they didn't buff her, the fact that she makes it where enemies are weak to whatever you have on your team, even if they aren't, that's still a buff to me. Like, I mean, that was still really good.
In a nerdy standpoint,
Oh, I
pre-buff,
forgot. I
she
lost the
still had a
50-50 to her.
niche. She had a niche in the sense of she had very big single target amp, but the issue was that after Amphorius's scaling increase, it didn't matter anymore. Because
Now,
yeah, she did have that good amp, but other people could just do that in an AoE now.
now, Fei Xiao is also somebody else I think needs a buff.
That'd be pretty cool. Honestly, just summing this up real quick,
Yeah,
anybody from 2.x, if they are a main DPS, they could use a Nova Flare. Varying degrees, but they could use a Nova Flare.
one person outside of that range needs a buff, and we really would like this. Topaz.
Who? As I did say before, the issue is that there just isn't other follow-ups to really abuse that. And the one we're giving in a month now, or yeah, in a few days, the one we're getting in a few days is also technically a sub DPS who still doesn't have characters to support. Yes, this is literally just Topaz 2 Pro Max HD Plus.
Sheesh.
If there was just more follow-up people to use that, then Potaz would still be a nice option. She could use a buff. She could use a buff way less than other people though. I love Topaz. I love Topaz. I hope Dr. Ratio gets a buff before Topaz does.
Mm. But with that being said, that was all I had to say, and thank you all for joining. Mm. I would love to have Sparksy do the dance, but I made a mistake. Matter of fact, hold on, I'm gonna do it because I like to end my streams with that now. That is like this is a good scream ender. You see her do the little dance. Bling 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 bling. Plus, I will finish this out. Just to let you guys know, please finish this out. There are so many rewards in here for the Divergent universe. And yes, this might be coming from somebody who didn't even finish their Hurdle universes because I am lazy and they are boring to me.
Don't worry, guys. I'll make sure to whip him into doing it when the stream's over.
But oh yeah, actually, I'm probably gonna do a couple of the of Divergence anyway. Once we get
Yeah,
done with what you
exactly.
were just saying.
Yeah, watch.
Oh, she pulled the wrong one. Come on, do
You
the
can
right
force idols
one.
in the camera.
You can.
Yeah,
Where is
just hit
camera?
R. If you hit R1, there's idol one and idol two.
R1.
Oh, it's like options in R1 or something like that.
R1. No, it keeps trying to send me to as I've written.
Well, no,
Oh, you mean
hit
go to the actual
options, go to the
camera?
camera icon, yeah, then hit
Okay.
options again, and then hit R1.
Yeah, that didn't do it. Settings, face, high characters, preservation, game loop. Mm, 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 2, 3, 4. Peace.
I declare a thumb war.